Hi everybody, this is Briggs. So this video is basically about polarity integration and alchemical unification. What does that mean in this now moment? And it swings off the back end of people after this time of COVID wanting to go back to what they would call normal. Now, what's important about this past statement is that what you experienced as normal is and was a hijacked experience. Okay? So Earth as a planet, and now we need to consider this, Earth as a planet and possibly an inhabitant of inhabiting Earthlings or beings, has been around for millions and millions of years, Earth years. Okay? So from a time perspective, time not being linear, you can imagine Earth's history beyond what you have been told. Okay? And so this is where the hijacking part of the story comes in. Earth in essence, excuse me, Earth in essence has been a hijacked planet and therefore an imprisoned planet. So your normal that you have been experiencing is modern day slavery, and I don't think this is an uncommon thing for most of you to understand. The difference is that there is dissonance now when we speak about polarity integration and alchemical unification, because we have become used to being slaves in our prison planet called Earth. This system, this structure, this program has been something that we have called our norm and stepped to the beat of, in the rhythm of, meaning some of us rather enjoy playing the game. We think, although we perceive it as such, but we don't know what it's like to be free, to be truly sovereign. And this is where the integration part comes in. We must understand we are here as human beings, not human doings. Yet the average human being is incapable of just being. All right? And this is again where integration comes in. What emotions start bubbling up when we are just sitting with the self? What begins to transpire in the mental body when we are sitting in silence? When we are sitting in nothingness, when we are sitting in nature, when we are sitting with the one self, the I am presence in the almighty extrapolated macrocosmic I am presence, what comes up? I can imagine that most people start to find distractions or look for distractions. So we begin to play with our phones, we switch on Netflix, we watch movies, we dull our senses. Therefore, in that moment, the emotional body gets suppressed, the mental body gets pushed aside, and we begin bypassing the beingness of being human. Okay, and this is what we have become accustomed to. Please remember, everybody, this is a program. This was very specifically placed there to have you continue doing. What does one that does do? In essence, we are great consumers. We keep that economic system going. Although, as we all know, through this 2020 to 2021 and future timeline, this system is crumbling. This system is dissolving, and it is asking of us to integrate what this means for us. How do we alchemically unify ourselves to prepare ourselves for this dissembling? And remember, because Earth is a polarity experience, what happens on the other side of disintegration? The other side is creation. So this video is not meant to be doom and gloom, to prepare you for alchemical unification, for a dissolution of things, although that is part of it. But it is to prepare you alchemically for a unification on the other side of the rainbow. And that is what us light workers have been doing. It's not so much that we're ignoring the doom and gloom, it's that we have integrated the information, because that's all it is information that we are giving attention to. And we are creating our own story. So I've just done a video on being the author of your own story. You are the wizard, you are the author. And we create our own story, and we create our new earth template, our new earth reality. These things do not just happen with governments, specifically governments that have been part of our hijacked program to keep us in a modern form of slavery. And that's some of us in modern form. As we know, what has transpired this year is that many children and people have had their sovereign rights completely taken away from them through sex trade and slavery. So, when do we begin to sit in our beingness, feel the discomfort of the emotions coming through, begin to integrate the polarity experience that is Earth, understand that on the other side is creationism energy, and that it is our responsibility to create that new order in this new Earth grid that is energy. What kind of energy is it? It is a 5D energy of full unification, of love, of unity consciousness, peace, surrender, and sovereignty. This is what that 5D reality is, and it will take time. But the quicker one being, one times human being, begins to integrate what is going on the ascension timeline, the quicker one can decide, discern, and to begin to create their new reality as a sovereign being. I hope this has made sense. You're welcome to leave any comments below, any questions. I don't like to go on for too long. You know, according to the stats, people's attention span is not very long. So I'd prefer you to ask questions. I leave my services below as well. You're welcome to book any consults with me. My Ascension teachings will be out soon. Please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to move everyone over to Library. It's a decentralized platform, much like YouTube. And yes, to begin deconstructing your old programming so you can begin to integrate a new program, of which one of them is Library. So again, everything happens on a microcosmic level and then expanding out. And by me swinging you guys over to different platforms is slowly disrupting your old program and allowing you to enter into a new system. And of course, what happens when we do that is there is initial resistance. We don't want things to change. But I ask you to look and ask yourself, are you truly sovereign in this current system? And only you can answer for yourself. That is your answer. Are you truly sovereign in this system? Guys, lots of love to you. Happy integrating through this polarity experience that is our Earth experience, that is our choice as souls to have come back here or come here in this time, in linear time. Please remember that you do not need to suffer. All right. Lots of love, guys.